Hello and welcome to another video. Today, I want to talk about the importance of living your life. Because I know when you are wanting to manifest something, you get stuck in a cycle. You get stuck in a cycle of doing the meditations, doing the tappings, doing the techniques, doing the affirmations, the robotic affirmations, especially, doing all the things, the journaling, the writing down your desires 55 times, 5 times a day, 5 times a week. And in the midst of all of that, we forget to live. And I'm here to tell you that your dream life is not in your bedroom. Your dream life is not you meditating 24 hours a day, affirming 24 hours a day, and journaling, trying to get to the bottom of your belief 24 hours a day. There has to come a time where you have to step back from all of that and actually live your life. So I'm here to remind you to stop being stuck in finding the right techniques to manifest, in trying out 50,000 different things because you think that the techniques are actually the thing that's going to give you what you want, but the techniques are just tools. So if you wake up one morning and you don't meditate because you don't want to, or you don't meditate because, life happens, and you start to create a belief that because I didn't meditate today, my desires are not going to come, you have placed importance on the techniques. But you missing one day of meditation is not going to stop your desires from coming to you, because what actually brings your desires to you is you, your state of being. The techniques are only there to shift you into a different state of being. So the technique itself is not bringing you your desires. You ultimately bring you your desires. I have completely transformed my state of being in the past year. I was talking about it in the previous video. I just came back from vacation for like a month, and so that's why I'm a little rusty with these videos, because I'm like, oh my God, I forgot how to speak in front of a camera. But during that time where I was able to kind of take off and like step back and just be with myself, I was really thinking about the world. And I was really thinking about how so many people are shedding versions of themselves that is not going to serve them in the next phase of this life and like earth that we are experiencing. Okay, like, is it just me, or did everything basically happen in September, my birthday month, by the way? But I felt like people were quantum leaping at insanely fast speed, and like everything was just happening so fast for everyone, because obviously we also had like a major eclipse season. But that week of my birthday, like the week of September 12th, I felt like everything was happening during that week. And it really just made me think about how we are being called to literally up level. We're being called to shed old identities. And if you are not conscious during this period of awakening, because I feel like everyone is waking up at a speed that maybe is uncomfortable, right? Because when you are forced to wake up, when things outside of you is just happening and you are staying the same, that is usually when you feel stuck. And that is usually when you feel anxious, when you feel depressed, when you feel like things are not going your way. And it's usually because things are asking you to also shift internally. I was watching an episode of the Oprah show, and she had this guy came on, and he was basically the founder of the Happiness Project. I forget his name. I think it was Brian Holden. But he was talking about how we live in a mental universe, which means that what matters is how we feel about the things that are happening in our lives, right? So the things outside of us do not matter as much as our internal world, like the things that is happening within us. How we are perceiving the world is more important than the world itself, if that makes sense. Because everybody is just projecting their internal beliefs on to the outside world. So our mental state, our energetic state actually comes first. And then it's the material reality, right? The material world. So I feel like in this day and age, because really we are moving towards the new earth, in this day and age, if you don't have some type of spiritual practice, if you don't have some type of anchor or something that grounds you to yourself, it's going to feel like life is moving at 50,000 miles per hour. So this is a period of your life that requires balance. Once again, right? We're coming back into that balance because in order for you to evolve, in order for you to step into the next level, you cannot just be in one space all the time. And yes, that includes the spiritual space. So you cannot just focus on, your energy or your being in the 5D space and not have any type of grounding in this world. So when you keep focusing on your meditation and your journaling and your breath work and you forget to live your life, that is not the point of living. That is not the point of why you're here. And technically, what I wanted to talk about in this video is you not placing so much importance on the affirmations or the journaling or the tapping and placing more importance on really who you are being and what you are believing every single moment of your life. Because I've fallen into this trap as well, right? I'm sorry, this video is really all over the place, but I've fallen into this trap as well, where I'm like, if I don't meditate today, then I'm just delaying my manifestation from coming into my life. But that's not true. And what I was going to say earlier too is that in the past year, like I've changed so much. And my biggest aha moments, although yes, I've had really powerful shifts in my meditations and tapping, but really, really powerful shifts have come to me simply through the process of awareness. And that came from me just living my life. That came from me going on walks, in nature and literally just having a thought where I'm like, oh my God, this is what life is about. I've had aha moments just staring at the sky. I've had aha moments walking on the beach this month, I've had aha moments by speaking to people and connecting with them. And it didn't just happen when I was alone meditating, but it happened when I was out there living life. And it happened when I was connecting to nature and to, new people and networking, making new friends. And I even had a realization at a club because I was in Bali this month and we went to a club and, you know what the energy is like at a club, right? It was loud and everyone's drinking and music is blaring. And I remember just looking out and having this really eerie thought where I was like, what if everything stopped right now? What if there was a button that I could press where everybody would stop dancing and the music would stop playing and everybody would just be frozen in time? I know it's such a weird thing to even talk about, but I had this thought where I'm like, life is truly a video game. Life is literally a game. And I had that realization and I had that thought dropped onto me when I was in a club, which you would never think that you would have any spiritual insights or aha moments at a place like that. But what I'm saying is, you bring your consciousness everywhere, right? You are consciousness. And so sometimes all it takes is that split second of awareness. And so really the message that I want to give out in this video is, don't forget to live your life. Don't think that healing only happens when you're in stillness. And of course, that is such an important part of it. I'm not going to say that, stillness is not required, because in my journey as well, it was such an important aspect, right? Like there were moments where I had to isolate myself, where I had to embody the energy of, if you're familiar with the tarot card, the energy of the hermit, right? That is important as well. But it's also important to live your life. It's also important to go out there to see what's happening, to connect with as many people as you can, and to understand that every single thing is a spiritual experience. I've also realized that in the past year, a lot of the circumstances that happened to me that I did not like actually brought me closer to God. And so I kind of understand now that a lot of the triggers and a lot of the circumstances that I don't like, even though everything serves you, but circumstances that happened that I didn't necessarily want them to happen, they happened because I simply forgot who I was. And every single circumstance just brings you closer to reminding you of your own power, of reminding you who you truly are. Because I look back at all the moments that really felt like rock bottom to me in the past year, and I'm like, if that thing didn't happen, I wouldn't have discovered the importance of God, or the importance of the creator, or the role that my soul plays in this lifetime. And so when you start to see life that way, nothing could trigger you for so long, right? Like, of course, things still trigger me, but I don't stay in that trigger, and it doesn't make me spiral. Like, I cannot remember the last time I actually spiraled, right? Because I look at everything and every circumstance as a way for me to step into my next level. Like, everything serves me. Every single thing serves me. And I also, sorry, it's kind of itchy. I also realize that I have really moved out of that fight or flight. This week, when I was coming back to Jakarta, I almost missed my flight. I had a friend actually call me from inside the flight. Basically, my flight was delayed for 5 hours. It was supposed to be in the morning, but they changed it to evening. So I was like, okay, I'm going to leave the airport. And then like 3 hours later, I didn't know that they pushed it earlier. My friend didn't leave the airport, and he called me and was like, I'm sitting on the flight. Like, they're about to take off. I was like, what? Like, we still supposedly have an hour. And he was like, no, they actually kind of changed it. I was like, why didn't you tell me that you were boarding? But anyway, I was basically telling him, I was like, please tell them to wait. I'm on my way to the airport right now. It's going to take me 20 minutes, but I'll try to rush. And that entire time that I was rushing, because like my baggage was already checked in and all that stuff. But that entire time that I was rushing, I remember thinking to myself, it's okay. Like, it's just a flight, you know? If I don't make this flight, I can make the next one. And if I have to stay overnight, I'll stay overnight. Like, it's not a big deal, you know? Like, it is what it is. But I feel like any other time, this would have sent me into like a nightmare. I would be so anxious. But anyway, I was rushing in the taxi. I ran through the airport, and I don't know, by God's miracle, the flight actually waited for me for like 30 minutes. It took me 35 minutes, actually. And when I got to the gate, the guy was like, we've been waiting for you. I was like, thank you so much for waiting for me. But when I was telling my friends this story, they were like, were you not anxious? Were you not pissed? I was like, no. Like, would you guys have been? And they're like, yeah, like that would send us into literal insanity. And I was like, wow, interesting, because I did not have those feelings at all. And when I was in Bali too, you know, this was 2 weeks ago. So this happened this week. I don't like, what's happening? Is there Mercury retrograde or something happening? But anyway, that happened like 2 days ago, me rushing for the flight. But 2 weeks ago when I was in Bali, I also had to reschedule my flight because there was flooding and we couldn't get to the airport. And I feel like at any other time that could have been classified as like a very anxious thing to go through. But I was just at peace. I was like, it's okay. Like, if this is supposed to happen, this is supposed to happen. And I was actually supposed to have work the next day and I had to cancel everything. So it wasn't convenient, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm okay. Like, everything is good. And that's when I realized, I was like, wow, all the inner work, all the healing work, all the tapping works, because I have found some type of groundedness and some type of anchor within myself, that when things don't go my way, it just doesn't bother me anymore, you know? And this goes for manifestation as well, you know? Like, if my desires come to me in a different way, it doesn't bother me, because I have such a deep trust with myself and with the universe. And I think that's really important when you want to start shifting from like that fight or flight to more of a secure, you know, nervous system feeling, you know? So it's like you have to have a deep amount of trust for your life, for yourself. And you also have to trust that the universe is guiding you. So that's basically my default mindset, is that everything is working out for me. So if things don't happen the way that I want them to, it's because something better is coming. So anyway, I hope that this video helped at least one person, and I hope that it served as a reminder for, you know, just one person to realize that your life is for you to live, and that you don't have to place so much importance onto techniques or onto your meditations, because all of that is just a way for you to shift your state of being and a way for you to get closer to source, to get closer to yourself, right? And ultimately what brings you your desires to you is you. It is your state of being. It is your energetic frequency. So don't worry so much about how things are going to turn out or how your manifestation is going to come in. I understand that we can sometimes be stuck in that, but I promise you, if you just relax, and that's really how you get closer to source and your soul, and your guides and your angels, is you just relax. Relax. Just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and, you know, really lean into that feeling in your body that all your needs are met. All you need is within you. Everything is okay. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. If you want to work with me, all the links are below. If you want to explore spirituality deeper, all of my courses are below, and they're amazing. They have helped so many people, and I'm so thankful that I get to do this work. Okay. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.